Before Christmas became a season of joy, it was a season of terror. Long before Christianity even existed, December wasn't about peace on earth. It was about surviving the crushing darkness, appeasing forgotten, hungry gods, and performing desperate rituals to ensure the sun wouldn't die forever. This is the dark, unsettling history buried deep beneath Christmas. Ancient people didn't celebrate the winter solstice. They dreaded it with every fiber of their being. Imagine watching the days shrink, the nights grow longer, and the shadows stretch deeper until the world itself felt cursed by an encroaching void. December 21st marked the apex of this fear, the longest, darkest night of the year. To them, this wasn't just a celestial event, it was a rupture in reality. They believed that on this night, the veil between worlds thinned, allowing malevolent spirits and unseen forces to wander freely, feeding on human fear and misfortune. The ultimate horror was the thought that the sun might not return. If it failed to rise again, the world would plunge into an eternal, frozen night. So they fought back. They lit massive bonfires, their flames licking at the oppressive dark. They chanted to ancient, forgotten gods whose names are now lost to time. And they offered whatever they had: food, possessions, even blood, to compel, to bribe, to force the sun to rise again. These weren't celebrations. These were primal acts of survival against cosmic annihilation. In ancient Rome, December brought something else entirely: Saturnalia, a festival where the very fabric of society was deliberately torn apart. For 1 week, the world flipped upside down. Slaves became masters, commanding their owners who, in turn, served them. Masked, anonymous figures roamed the streets, engaging in wild, lawless revelry. Why this intentional chaos? Because they lived in fear of Saturn, the Titan, the devouring god of time, the same deity who devoured his own children to preserve his power. To prevent Saturn from consuming more, the Romans unleashed chaos themselves. They reasoned it was better for humans to release a controlled burst of madness than for a god to devour the entire world in his hunger. The feasts, the gift-giving, the candles illuminating the darkness, the evergreen boughs decorating their homes. These traditions we now associate with Christmas began not as symbols of joy, but as rituals of chaos designed to appease a child-eating god. Even before Christianity claimed the date, December 25th already belonged to another powerful deity, Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. As the days finally began to lengthen after the solstice, ancient observers believed a god had been reborn, victorious over the darkness that had tried to extinguish him. This story echoed across cultures: Mithras, Horus, Sol, different names, different mythologies, but the core narrative was identical: a divine light, dying and then resurrecting against all odds. December 25th was a sacred day for centuries before the birth of Christ was ever associated with it. It marked the moment humanity collectively exhaled, believing the sun itself had risen from the very edge of death. When Christianity began its slow, steady spread across the Roman Empire, its leaders encountered a major obstacle. People refused to abandon their ancient December festivals. These traditions were too deeply ingrained, too emotionally powerful, and too beloved to simply be erased. So, the early church made a strategic, brilliant decision. If you can't beat them, absorb them. They couldn't erase the festivals, so they co-opted them. They officially placed the birth of Jesus on December 25th, despite the Bible never mentioning a specific date. This was a calculated move to replace the birth of the sun god, Sol Invictus, with the birth of the Son of God. Slowly but surely, Saturnalia's traditions became Christmas traditions. The solstice bonfires became Christmas lights. The evergreen symbols of survival became Christmas trees. Christmas was not born as a Christian holiday. Christianity simply adopted it, skillfully reshaping ancient pagan rituals into a new narrative for a new faith. So when you gather around the Christmas tree this year, remember what lies beneath. Beneath the joyful carols and shimmering decorations lies a history steeped in primal fear, ritual chaos, desperate sacrifices, and a frantic yearly battle against an endless night. Christmas is a holiday layered over centuries of ancient darkness. It's a celebration built upon the foundations of fear, survival, and the forgotten gods who once ruled the unforgiving winter sky. If there's something lurking in your own mind, a question you can't answer, a persistent fear, or an agony that follows you into the night, leave it in the comments below. Your darkness might just become the subject of our next video. And if you want to descend deeper into stories like this, don't forget to subscribe here at Dreadscape Agony. Welcome to to the shadows.